Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Sir Slick playing old school RuneScape, and no, I have not grown wings. I actually got my pet snakeling a short while back. It is a beautiful pet, of course, can be changed into its various forms. I think I like the magma form the best. So what's been going on? I did a fair amount of Zora and I managed to get my pet at around kill count 1756 exactly. As you can see from the rest of the drops, I did actually make a fair amount of GP with this boss. Other than that, I did a few Hydra tasks and, well, a few Konar tasks in between. And my bank is actually looking pretty nice. I've been doing this Twisted Bow rebuild, mostly focusing on Zora and some other tasks, but as I was getting more and more melee equipment, you know, my Amulet of Torture, Bandos and Primordial Boots, I did get into Konar a little bit. That's why I was able to do a few Hydra tasks. Hydra is actually a really nice task to do. It's not very difficult at all, and it does make a lot of GP. So I've managed to get most of my equipment that I previously had. I'm still kind of lacking in magic equipment department. You know, I did get a Trident of the Swamp, but that's pretty much it. I'm still rocking Arims, yeah, no better equipment for now, but we'll get there. It's going to take a while. So after 2 or 3 maybe Hydra tasks, I did, as I said, learn that Hydra wasn't a very difficult task. I always was afraid of it, thinking it was this very high level boss, you know, high Slayer requirement. I couldn't do it. I wasn't a good PVMer, still not, but I'm working on it. And as it turns out, Hydra is not that difficult. I didn't need a Twisted Bow to do Hydra. I could have easily done it with my Dragon Hunter crossbow, which I used to have for a few years now. I sold it when I was buying my T-bow. So I should not have been skipping Hydra tasks on my way to 99 Slayer. Sadly, I did exactly that. So I'm going to now do a full run of, how many I got? 152 Hydra kills, and then I will show you all of my loot and how well I did. Sadly, when it comes to Hydra, although I did make a whole lot of GP on those few tasks, 764 kills, I only got one single part of the Brimstone Ring. So I'm a little behind on that. And of course nothing else. No Hydra leather, sadly not a claw. And not pet, but I will be getting there soon, hopefully. These dragon knives and dragon throne axes, I think, are from Drakes. I did not get them at Hydra, and of course I got my jar of chemicals, which promptly I displayed in my house. The way to get to the Hydra boss, the Alchemical Hydra, is relatively simple. You go down this elevator on top of Mount Karum, and you either run around all of the other Hydras, or if you have high enough agility level, I'm not sure what it is exactly, I'm 99, you can go through this pipe. It's not any faster, but it will help you to get around the normal Hydras, so you don't get any damage on the way there. My inventory is simple: 1 ranging potion, 1 antidote plus, because you can get poisoned here if you're not careful. A couple prayer potions. The more comfortable with this boss you are, the more prayer potions you should take and the less food you're going to need. I can do it quite well, so I'm taking, well, kind of a middle ground. I could probably do with less food and more potions now, but I don't mind, going for 10, 15 kill trips. I don't necessarily have to do, 3 trips per task. The amount of loot you're going to get is going to be really good, and I don't like to leave a lot of it on the ground. I generally only leave bones on the ground, which actually do make a lot of money left behind. Well, otherwise I'd have to probably bank every 3 or 4 kills, so that's out of the question. I'm not that desperate for GP. My equipment is simple, of course: Slayer helmet, dragon arrows, my trusted T-bow, necklace of anguish, armadillo equipment. I do need boots of brimstone because I don't have elite diaries here, so I do need to have some isolating boots. And I'm bringing Ring of Suffering for defense and Barrow's gloves. Pretty much as good as it's going to get. You don't necessarily need this level of equipment. You can easily do this with Dragon Hunter crossbow. Even if you don't have that, a blowpipe will do. If you know what you're doing, blowpipe will kill Hydra quite easily. And of course, God Dehyde will work just as well. An example kill, if I don't mess this up, should be simple. So let's drink a dose of ranging potion. As you can see, I've set up markers. You can copy my layout or download these markers from basically any online Hydra guide. Every time the Hydra changes its form, you have 3 attacks. Then it will use a special attack, which in this case you either have to dodge or something. And then every 4 attacks it changes its attack from ranged to magic. As you can see, every time she does that, she will throw her head back. Okay, I may have messed this up. Oh, I just got around. Good. And basically, according to the combat triangle, you always want to lure Hydra on the opposite vent. So now, right now she's in a red, melee form. You want to lure it above the blue magic vent. It will lower her defense. Now this is a bit of a tricky part. She will toss some flames down and I will try to skip the flames chasing me. Just like that. And we're approaching the jet phase, where I will have to switch prayers really quickly. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. Now a special attack. 1, 2, and she's done. That was quite simple actually. T-bow really makes this easy, although not really necessary. It does make a short work of Alchemical Hydra. So I'll try to finish my task as best I can, and I will show you the results in a day or 2, I believe. Okay, I am back. It may seem quick to you, but for me it was a few days. There are 2 reasons why. First of all, I didn't have a lot of free time to play, and the second of all, I have to admit I have mixed feelings about this boss after 916 kills. I do find it a little tedious. I'm having problems killing Alchemical Hydra for extended periods of time. It's not that the boss is very difficult, it's actually not. I used to think that, but now I know better. The thing is that it's a very regular fight. Every single boss kill is exactly the same as the one before. It used to be a fun experience figuring out how to kill this boss in an efficient way, but once you become proficient at it, there's not much to do. Every single boss kill is the same. Basically you have to figure out where to stand, when to move, and when to switch prayers. That's it. There is no variation in the fight. It's not like Zora where you have you know, a few rotations that you need to focus on, or Vorkath where you need to pay attention, you know, anytime he can send that fireball at you, or he can turn off your prayers, or envenom you or something. No, this is exactly the same, you know, move for move, exactly the same fight, unless you make a mistake, of course. So it can become a little boring, sadly. However, what makes this boss very interesting is the loot. Yes, so let's take a look at that. In 154 kills, I'm actually not displaying Hydra bones because I have to admit I left most of them on the floor, so yeah, that's about at least 1 mil down the drain. But that's not a problem. I'm still a little over 13, almost 14 mil in the good numbers here. Of course, this is not pure profit, this is just the loot. I did spend, you know, quite a few supplies, those sharks and prayer pots, and oh, dragon arrows, they don't come cheap. But still I've made pretty good money here. Of course, most of these are alchables, and I do alch them on the spot to save some inventory space. But look at that, like 1.3 mil just in coins, 1.4 mil in battle staffs, 1.6 mil in dragon bones, lots of runes, you know, some bolts, seeds, herbs, just a lot of stuff. The funny thing is, I actually got 2 parts of a brimstone ring, Hydra's Fang and Hydra's Heart. It took me over 700 kills to get just 1 part, Hydra's Eye, and then in one task, 154 kill, I get the other 2 parts. So that's kind of nice. I also got Alchemical Hydra heads, which I'm going to use for my Slayer helmet upgrade. It's not going to be any better, it's a cosmetic upgrade, but it does look good, especially with the melee equipment. So this is my loot. I did have some GP before, but yeah, the loot tab is looking nice again. Let's sell it off, and well, let's make the brimstone ring now. Yes, please. Okay, I got it. I'm gonna keep this one, that's mine. I already have one in the bank, and I'm going to sell that. So I'll have to keep this one on me. I also got, by the way, a Hydra tail. It's worth only 69k, but it is a collections log item. So when we look at my collections log, yes, I'm of course missing the pet, which is the thing I want the most. And the 2 most expensive drops are still eluding me, but that's okay. That's how RNG works. And I've only done 916 kills, so there's plenty of time. The rest of it is already done. I put the jar of chemicals to the display case in my POH. Yes, the Hydra progression is looking nice. Just for the fun of it, let's put on my max cape, which acts as a Slayer cape and gives you a chance of repeating the task. And let's see if I can get another Hydra task. Oh no, black demons in a Taverley dungeon. I'm not going to do those. Let's see what else she's got. I do have plenty of points, although I do plan on spending 1,000 points. Okay. No. Dark Beasts. Okay, that's a good task. It's not very profitable or anything, but at least it's quick. I am planning on spending those 1,000 points on the Slayer helmet upgrade. So let's see. Let's sell everything. I'll be back in a while. Okay, I quick sold almost everything. I'm not that patient, but that's cool 11 mil in loot. And a lot of these alchemics are already within these 15 mil I had in my tab. So, okay, 26 mil cash stack, not bad. I am of course going to spend some on the black mask. Okay. Let's go to Crystilla. Okay. Now we'll need to purchase the ability to do this. King Blood Calphite. Confirm. I wonder if I already have Abyssal Demon's Head. I could make the red one. But I'll need to farm some more points, I guess. Oh, I do have the Abyssal Head. Oh, that one must look cool. But first, yes. Let's make this beauty. Ooh, it looks cool. That's an improvement. I like this one. Okay, well, to sum it up, if you're wondering whether or not it is a good idea to do your alchemical Hydra during your Hydra tasks, the short answer is absolutely. Those regular drops are quite amazing. You're going to make plenty of GP, and of course there is always a pretty solid chance to make bank with drops like Hydra's Claw, which currently is worth I think about 30 mil, Hydra Leather 3-4 mil, something like that, a piece of Brimstone Ring, a mil a piece, 3 mil for when you put it all together. So yes, this boss is definitely a very good moneymaker. I've gotten about 200,000 Slayer XP during this task. It's not a very fast XP, it takes a while to kill Hydra, usually 2 to 3 minutes. But still, it's a pretty good XP for one task. The rewards are absolutely worth it. So that will be all for today. You guys have a nice evening.